What is up, guys? So, I wanted to just drop right into it. So basically, Child's Play was a pretty good, pretty successful movie over the years, and the first one, was cool to watch, and then they made the second and third, and then Bride of Chucky, then Seed of Chucky, then whatever the hell they made after that. Seed of Chucky was awful, and anything past that was considerably awful. I mean, I watched Curse of Chucky, I think it was called, and see see how I don't remember it because it just wasn't good. I mean, there was like a CGI moment where like he was going up the stairs and it just looked awful. I hated it. But a lot of the originals was just all practical effects using shorter people to like just dress up and use them as some scenes, and it was all practical effects, animatronics, amazing stuff. Now I've been waiting for a reboot, to be honest. Just because, like, how do you make a Chucky movie that won't be campy and won't be so corny, and now and a lot of people are complaining because this because it's not really confirmed yet, but it's a possibility that like this isn't a possessed doll, it's artificial intelligence, and then the question comes up as to why it's just trying to kill people, and that honestly doesn't make sense yet. I mean, they'll probably show off more because this is only a teaser trailer, because they haven't even shown Chucky's face. I mean, they have in like the photo, like the thumbnail, but they haven't necessarily like showed him off in the movie. It's always like the back of his head or something, and it's the same character as Andy Barkley and his mom and all the horrific things going on around them. I looked on IMDb. Brad Dourif, which is the original voice of Chucky, very notable actor, has like in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, isn't on there, so he's probably not going to be playing Chucky. Who knows if he's going to have a voice? To be honest, and if because if they go with an AI route, obviously he's going to have that good guy voice. Maybe do a few things here and there, but like I don't think why he would have like this disgruntled like old man voice, as opposed to just stealing stuff off the internet. If the AI is even on the internet, I don't know how they're gonna do this. Like it was kind of weird because they showed him like scan Andy's face, and then all of a sudden now it's just killing people. In 2018 though, who would want a doll is the main question. At least a kid like that. Obviously you want to play Fortnite on your Alienware laptop or something, but I think it's kind of an odd route to take. I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be cool. I've been kind of waiting, like I said, I've been kind of waiting for a movie like this to happen. I'm not like, oh, they're rebooting it. No, no, it's a classic. Oh, they're gonna ruin it. Like, no, it's not one of those movies that like Ghostbusters, for example. Like, you want a sequel to that and you want the original cast, but this is like, it has a cult following, but it's not like one of those movies where like you kind of get mad if they made a reboot. I think, at least to me, like Poltergeist I think is a classic, and they kind of soiled it with the reboot, but the reboot was exactly like the original, so it wasn't necessarily a bad movie. It just wasn't fun or good. I mean, this one, it could be, it is a reboot, but if they're gonna go with a different route, it might not be exactly like the first one. I mean, a lot of those elements that they showed in the trailer were like the first one, the original, but like it's not set in stone what's going to happen yet because it's just a teaser, right? A lot of people are jumping to conclusions and complaining about the AI thing. I think it might be a neat route to go through, especially because AI is the thing right now, and it would be a lot more scary to think about AI turning against humanity. Even though AI doesn't really work that way. I mean, Terminator is obviously like fiction, and the way AI works is more like deep learning and evolving, as opposed to being sentient, because we don't even know if sentience is a thing in the realm of artificial intelligence. Because Terminator is more so sentient than, at least once they switch on his like learning chip or whatever they did in Terminator 2, he becomes sentient. So this is like maybe somebody on the inside just wanted to mess with somebody. I don't know. It could just be a glitch. I hope they don't go with that route, because why would a glitch just go evil mode all of a sudden and just start killing people? Yeah, I mean, because then if you go with this insanely sophisticated robot that like can move his limbs completely and go nuts, start killing people. It's not as um unbelievable as it was in the first movie. In the first movie, he's a possessed doll. He starts killing a bunch of people. Then even after that movie ends, the whole homicide factor like um becomes a mystery because no one really knows if it was the doll or not at the end of the movie. I mean, at least Andy and his mom knew. But then in the second movie, it kind of goes downhill for Andy because Andy goes in, I think, a foster home, and his mom is like in a mental institution, or something like that. Because you know the doll's alive. The doll's alive. People are gonna think you're crazy, right? And in this case, if the doll's killing people, you can be like, oh, artificial intelligence. It's a robot. Like has fully functional limbs. It can walk around. I mean, maybe the doll is not alive, but like remotely controlled or trying to kill people. It's a lot more. It kind of kills the mystery, in a sense, but at the same time, it's like, you know, it could still be a fun movie. I kind of like one of I'm so sick of like um supernatural, paranormal like movies, demonic movies. It's kind of getting old, especially because they keep going with that route because that's like the scary route to go. It's a lot of people get scared from that kind of stuff because it is somewhat believable to some people. But the thing is, the thing I miss the most are slashers: Freddy, Jason, even Chucky, Michael. Who else? Oh, like My Bloody Valentine, so on and so forth. I mean, Chainsaw Massacre. You know, I love those movies, but like the thing is, they don't make slashers anymore as much as they used to. Back in the 80s and 90s, it was common, and then after that, it wasn't a thing anymore. So hopefully this is scary, it's fun, and hopefully it's good. Because technically, wouldn't say after Child's Play 2, it kind of started going downhill. Child's Play 3 was still kind of good, but it was really weird and different. Like, why is there a doll on a military base to begin with? But Bride of Chucky was just, they just kind of went ham with that. It was just it's more of a comedy than a horror movie at that point, because the first one was a suspense like horror movie, you know, and then but then after that it kind of just turned into something else. And then but they went with horror again with like the last two movies, but I don't know about like, it's like at that point, because I guess it's the latest movie is more canon and more refers to the Child's Play movies as opposed to Bride of Chucky not happening, which I thought was a better idea. But at this point, it's like, I don't think there's a point in making more movies. I think it's time for a refresh for this franchise. I mean, he looks kind of cool too. I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens, and hopefully it's a fun movie. Also, it comes out on the same day as Toy Story, and as a, I don't know, is that a coincidence? I mean, technically Toy Story was announced. Like did they make this movie like years ago and then just waited for Toy Story to like reveal their announcement date, and then all of a sudden be like, oh yeah, we're releasing on the same day too, you know? But it is releasing on the same day as Toy Story, June 31st, no 21st, I think. Don't take my word for it because I don't have any research in front of me. But I think that's hilarious as well, especially because it's a toy, you know. But yeah, that's basically all I had to say about this. If you guys liked what I had to say, like, subscribe. If you have any questions, comment below. And thanks for watching.